Okay, so let's recap what we covered so far in the previous sessions. So we started with intro of Raj Yoga, right? And then we went into the topic of body consciousness. We learned what is body consciousness. We understood why we had to know about body consciousness first, right? Because that is the root cause of all the problems. And we learned about 5 vices, right? So those are like viruses that's attacking the soul. Okay, we also learned about negative pleasures, right? We learned if we don't take precautions to aggravate the illness of body consciousness, we cannot able to stabilize the mind to even recognize the 5 vices, the body consciousness. Okay, so that's why we learned about the importance of not experiencing the negative pleasure, at least be aware of it. So through self-assessment, I'm pretty sure you are more conscious now, through that 5 senses, right? That to which we are feeling the sensation. So we are being more cautious now. Whenever I eat something, I'm not enjoying it, right? And we know the language through which I could say I'm attached. I'm getting attached to the sensation, right? And how the vices are acting, started acting within me. Okay. We also learned about, right, the ears, like listening. I'm not enjoying it. I'm not overly um, engaged, right? Um, and we learned about the sight, not get attached to something we are seeing. And we learned about the taste, right? Smell, touch. So we learned about that. We learned about the base thoughts, the types of thoughts, right? Starting with the power of thought, how thoughts are powerful, how thoughts creates feelings in us. So when we learned about the effect of different types of thoughts, for that we had to learn the 5 types of thoughts, right? These are the 5 types of thoughts we went through, and we defined them, right, through examples. And out of them, we focused more on the waste thoughts, right? Waste and negative thoughts, which you also saw earlier in looking at the chart of the 5 vices on the right side, right? Through some examples, what kind of why, what, how questions, right? Mainly thinking constantly about one thing over and over. That those are the waste thoughts, and we learned about the negative thoughts, the effect of them. Overall, we learned about the disadvantage of body consciousness, right? And disadvantages of continuously thinking waste thoughts. We learned about how to finish them. One of the solution was to think more pure thoughts. So we kind of define the pure thoughts just a definition wise, but we did not really give examples of pure thoughts, right? So in order for us to understand through examples, we need to know one thing. In order for us to create pure thoughts, I need to understand my true identity. Okay, so as you can see here, our false identity that we have adapted since long time, which is body consciousness, Deh Abhiman, where we saw ourselves as a body. Now we have to shift. We have to shift, okay, to our true awareness through understanding. First, let's understand what is the true identity. Once I understand that, I will start creating the thought about that true identity, which will create the awareness within me. Okay, awareness is what? So that sensation that you will have, right, about yourself. As a body consciousness, I'm feeling the morning to evening as a male or the female. right? And different things that I have to do through different rules. I'm constantly aware I'm a daughter. So I will start constantly thinking about as a daughter what I have to do. I will think of myself as a sister, somebody as a male, someone you will think about as a father, as a professional. So we have that image only. Based on that, the mind is driven towards what you have to do, creating the thoughts. So it's all about that vision that we have. Okay, so once we understand ourselves, that awareness is that sensation, the vision that we are creating. Okay, so we will create that awareness towards the new awareness, which is our true awareness through power of thoughts. Okay, so let's understand a little bit more about ourselves. Okay, and then in order for me to detach from something, I need to get attached to something else. Okay, so if I want to detach from body consciousness, I need to attach to my soul conscious identity, my true identity. Okay, so let's learn how to reflect our true self by through this. I mean, basic information. How I can start thinking about myself, to recognize myself, true self, and realize it. Okay, it's like a box in the diamond. I was so much kind of aware of the box throughout the time. Okay, I was really taking the pleasure just feeling the box, but now we need to open that box to see the diamond. Okay, and then we have to experience that happiness. Okay, by by knowing this diamond and experiencing the beauty and the wealth of this true diamond. Okay, so there is a valuable diamond in the box which is much more valuable, which has much more value. Okay, and knowing that can able to give us a lot of happiness. Okay, so and doing that, the best thing that will happen is we will not be under the control of matter, right? The puppets of five elements. We will be ruling the matter. Okay, so that's the best part of all, right? So that's what we all want, right? Come out of that bondage. So we will be shifting for para dharma. Okay, para means body, humus, which is perishable. Okay, which we have made it as our enemy. Okay, so par dharma. Dharma means dharana or practice. Okay, so we have been par dharma. Par means something foreign, not our religion. Okay, we accepted that to be ours. So that is the reason we are our vision changed towards each other, and it is tangled into this limitedness of this based on religion, caste, creed, customs, color, race. Okay, so education, position. So paradharma is unrighteousness. That's why we are experiencing sorrow. Okay, which is draining our willpower, mind, and intellectual power. Okay, so now we have to experience our true bhava, swabhava, swadharma. Okay, where which is ours. Swa means the self, our, it belongs to me. So now I have to um, own my true self by knowing my true self, by practicing to be soul conscious. Okay, and become Atmavan. Okay, we need to feel independent. When we become who we are, we feel free, not in bondage, swadhin. Okay, so we become our own friend. We break all the bondages. Okay, and we restore our natural state of constant peace. That's why we know Swadharma is righteousness, which increases the willpower and which will increase the power of mind and intellect. Okay. So for that, knowing that difference, we need to now come out of that right now, the consciousness that I can I'm just satisfied with what I have right now. No, I'm going to see myself about what I possess, something that I'm not aware of it. Because if I continuously do that, what will happen as it is happening? Okay, if I don't really take out the time, use in order to make the intellect powerful, I have to use it. You might not remember, you might not understand many things, but again and again and again and again, if you go back and try to reiterate what you learned, talk to yourself, of course, by using the intellect only, you are going to make it powerful. Okay, have that realization, and then the mind will be easily able to experience the true nature. Right? Otherwise, we'll just continue to feel pain by being in Pardharma, body consciousness. And it is possible for us to experience that eternal peace and happiness while living in the household. Okay. It's not that we have to leave our household, just we have to know how to do it. But for that, we have to understand how can I can come back to my true identity. What are the things that I don't know, which I need to explore. Right. So now let's understand our true identity. Okay. Now, very good question. Okay, we say my society, my family, my religion, my body, but who am I? Right?